Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you're viewing this video. This is part 2 of the video that I said I was going to do on creating a lead sheet. I've been kind of behind my time only because I've got carpal tunnel, believe it or not, from working on this computer all day long and half the night doing work. So I'm sitting here with this little brace on and see if I can get you through this. What I want to cover today is putting in or either I'd like to possibly start where I left off. So hopefully by now you've got in all of the chord, all of the notes. And again, how you input those is by going up here, note for you. This on the end, if I click this little divot on the end, it opens up a window that tells me where I'm working. So I want to make sure that step input, which is what we're doing, or step time, which is what we're doing, is click and not note input. That may confuse you. So for some reason, if you get a ghost note, I'll show you here. I'm going to do note input. And if you look here, I got a ghost note. That's because that note input is on, and I want to make sure that that is not on. So I deselect it, and it's black. And now I can use my numbers at the top to put in my note values. So I showed you that, and if you don't remember, you can go back. Now, I'm going to continue because I'm trying to keep these short. Any of the other stuff that you see up here, these are text items. And at any time that you need to know how to do something, there is a site that you can go on. The site itself is, let me pull it here, let me see. It's an online site, it's the Muse site that you can go on. And with this here, what you can do is you can type in what you need to type in on the site here, and it will help you to get some of the answers to some of the questions you may have in terms of the software if you don't get to me. Okay, so today what you see now, I have chord symbols, which are here, and what these chords, by the way, also, I went up here and I made the sheet larger by just taking it up from 100 up to 200 or wherever I need to take it so I can see a little better to work on it, because sometimes the figures and things, the notes and things may get too small. Okay, so now you see across here these letters with numbers. These are called chord symbols. And what they do, they'll give us our harmony that we'll put in one of our future videos so that they'll actually play. Now, if I were to play, as you see, I took the time to put in my melody, and I got some things I'm going to show you here, but just to show you that I can click on this note, go up to the top to my transporter, click on the transporter, and this will play. So you can check to see how your melody sounds if you never heard the song, or by all means go online and see one of the many versions of that people have done through the years. Okay, so my chord symbols, they'll tell me my harmonies, and the harmony will be what we'll be preparing a little later. How did I input them? Well, let me see. I'll just take out some of them. I can click and delete. And to put them back in, I click on the note where I want to put it. A great shortcut is the Command key, hold it down, plus the letter K, or Control plus the letter K, and then I can type the chord symbols as I see them. C, and I can go over to the next measure, which would be C, and as you see, as I input data, it will also help to format the document. G7, and I went through here, and I put in all of my chord symbols. So that's what you see here. Escape will do what? Always get us clear. So I clear, and I go down here to measure 5, and I see something like this. All this is telling me, we'll explain this later, but to put this in, I'll demonstrate. I'll put one here. I did the same command, Command K. I typed capital C, the number 7. That is my sharp sign, or you all call it hashtag or whatever they call it now. But that and 5. And when I deselect it, it will give me the little chord symbol that I have here. Here's the same thing, F minor 7, A flat 7. For this chord here, I typed it the same way. I'll show you here. I'm going to delete it, and I'm going to put it back. So here, I think this is where I got it from. I think I got it from here. Okay. So I can click Command K, and I can type D-7 or whatever it was, \7 over C. Now, I can also move these chords down, and we'll get to that later. I can move these chords down into place. So there I'm back to where I was. Okay, so that's how I enter my chord symbols. The next thing I want to show you, because I'm on a limited time frame here, is how to put in the triplet right here. This is a triplet sign. I'm going to kind of highlight it here. This is a triplet. And what it does, it tells me that I'm playing 3 beats against 2 beats. In this case, this is called a half note triplet. So I have a triplet tool. I put a half note, and then what I do, I can go up here to Add. Here's my triplet tool up in Add, and I do triplet. There we are. Then I can put in the 3 notes that I need in my triplet. So I see E, I see G, and my E. And there you are. There's my triplet that I put in, or my triplet that I put in. So you can do that again in any way you want to. And there are different kinds of triplets or triplet. This one in particular is for a half note. That means that it's going to take the value of 2 beats. Here's beat 1, beat 2, and this triplet here will take beat 3 and 4. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you see I had 3 beats against 1. Okay. Now the last thing I'd like to show you in here are the endings. And if you look at your sheet, you have, well, one of the last things I'd like to show you is how to put these endings in. So these are my first and second ending, which happen at the end of the sheet. Those are found in my lines or my palette. So I can go up here to view and get my palette. Here's my palette here. And in my palette, I look for each one of these menus, and this is lines. And here in these lines, I see my first ending and my second ending. So in order to execute that, I can click on where I want to insert it. So I click on the bar where it starts, my first ending. There it is. Now, it has handles on it where I can position it like I want to position it. As you see here, I'm positioning it to go across. And I can do the same for my second ending. So here's my second ending. Second ending, either one is okay. It doesn't matter. And first I click on the measure. Then I click on the ending that I want. It's there. And the same thing, I can look for the handles and I can extend it. All right. So now, this may look crowded now, but as we develop it and put in other things, it will take the space away and add space where it needs to add space. If you have some measures to remove, now I removed some measures from here, but how I did that is what you can do. For instance, I'm just going to take this out for this demonstration. Let's say I don't want these last measures for some strange reason. I can go to the measure, hold down Shift, pull my cursor over to those measures that I want to get rid of. In this case, I told you these. Hold down Shift again, and Command key plus delete will get rid of those measures. So those extra measures that you have, you can do that. I want to get these back for this demonstration, so I can use Command Z. That'll bring them back. All right. Now, I have some repeat signs. My repeat signs are also in my palette as bar lines. So if I go into my palette, there are my bar lines. And how I put this one in here, I'm going to just click it off. How I put this one in here is go over to the one that I want, which is the ending, repeat. There it is. And if anything is highlighted, it'll put it in the wrong place. So make sure that we do what? Escape. Make sure that it's clear. And then I'm going to click on that bar line where I want to insert it. And I put it here. Okay. So now, as I wind this up, what I would like for you to do is to first put in all of your melody. Get all of the melody in. And once you get all of the melody in, then you can start putting the chord symbols in the measures. Put the other little things that I showed you today. Remember, I just showed you how to put in the triplet, the quarter note triplet, which will give me the value for 2 beats versus 1 beat. So we can do that using the triplet tool, which is up in the add. And I just showed you how to add the first and second ending. Lastly, if you are that far ahead and you want to put in lyrics, very easy to do. I can click on the note where I want to insert the lyrics. My command for that will be Control L if I'm using the PC, or Control L for the Mac. And the little box, as you see, comes up, and I can start typing my lyric. Just as if I'm typing a paper. If I make a mistake, I can always go back and correct it, even if I finish this and I see a mistake. Now, as you look at your sheet, you see that maybe I have 2 sets of lyric. So I can, once I click one, the computer will automatically take it down to give me my second line of lyrics. Okay, so that ends this for today. Hopefully, I've helped to solve some things for you. I will give you some more. This is my second video. I'm just going to try to keep them as short as I can. Don't wind up like me and spend all your time at the computer. You definitely got to get up and exercise. I'm just a workaholic kind of guy, and that's what you see. But please, by all means, take your time, be focused, get your work done. I know this is different to do, and maybe some of you all like me like to have face-to-face. And I guess under the circumstances, this is as close as we're going to get face-to-face. So in the meantime and while time, I'm out of here. Look for the next video. Enjoy. See you again.